The characters and the tone, and it was just the ability to have genuine emotion mixed with humor and horror, and to have that all live through these very realized, fully drawn characters that are on this one-night journey. I mean, for us, it was just, we read it and we're like, we have to do that. That is not a thing we read every day.
And there were also so many elements in it that did feel familiar at first, you know, that felt like, oh yeah, this reminds me of this and this reminds me of this. And then they're totally flipped on their head.
Yeah.
One of the I think the magic tricks the movie does multiple times is you think it's going to be one thing and then it totally decides to be something else. And that for us was just an incredibly exciting thing to get to realize.
Everybody was great, and I mean, I think part of that came from the roles were so well defined on the page. Like, the script was really well written. Every character was very, very unique and had a real moment and like had something unique driving them. And then when the cast got on board, everybody was able to take that, but they also made it their own. So there was something very personal about each of those roles. So they weren't just like, you have to fit into this thing. It was, well, what would you do with that? And I think everybody was allowed to kind of find their own way, and it just worked out really well. And honestly, I think a lot of it is there's just kind of like a magic luck where we're like, wow, and they all got along great and had a great time. And
there's this weird feeling when you finally see the cast together and they're doing the work that they're doing, and it's working, and it's like, oh, this was inevitable. You don't know how it gets there, but like, of course no one else could play any of these roles. And I think that there's just a a lot of that is just making a series of really small choices along the way that ultimately it culminates in your cast. But I don't think we could have ever imagined that it was going to be as amazing as it was.
And they're all incredible human beings too, and they're all like still hanging out and stuff, and they're all on text chains together, and they're having fun, and it was a really blessed experience for us.
Samara comes through in grace. Like, there's all these little moments that weren't on the page that we would never have expected that she brings to it that just elevate and pop, and you go, oh my God, and it makes you root for her, it makes you feel for her when she's in danger, it makes the humor funnier, it makes the scarier, like, and it just all comes from Samara.
Right. Yeah, like her checkers beat is fantastic. That just jumped to mind really quick. It was like really funny.
Embodies the tone in every way,
she really does.
And it just who she is, and I think that that shows her ability to pivot from being totally terrified to an emotional moment to a laugh is just unbelievable.
And it also filters through the rest of the cast. Like, I think that can be said for basically everybody in the movie, which was a treat for us.